Yes, you asked me a question about this motive of government to arrest Besigye and other leaders and so on. You see, that is Ugandans. We are very interesting people. To ask that question you're asking presupposes that Besigye is now free. How can you ask me that the government intends to arrest Besigye? Is he a free man now? Besigye has been in detention all these years, even when I was still in government. So Besigye is not a free man. The only question you can ask is, do they want to change the holding position, his cell, from his home maybe to Rizera? Because Besigye's house is a cell. It's surrounded. When he goes to that Katonga office, which I hear, it's a cell. Even when he goes to visit his lawyers, he's surrounded. Even when he goes to bury someone, he's escorted. Detention is not only physical, it is also a mental condition. Detention goes beyond physical confinement to mental conditioning and mental, from physical to mental, I want to get a term, where you are not allowed even to think freely, where you're not allowed to speak freely, where you are not allowed to visit the people you want, where you are not even allowed to think. You hear this act of parliament which they brought to the public safety thing of theirs, that if you are with your wife and children in your home or somewhere, and I don't know, you people, you are the ones who have been discussing it there. It was passed when I was not there. That as long as you are more than 3 or something, that you will be arrested because now you are conspiring politically. So for me, really, this question of wanting to arrest this and that doesn't arise. Why? Because these people, they are already in detention. Because Uganda is it's a huge cell for everyone now. So it's a question of where you are detained. Are you detained in a Rizera? Are you detained in a slum with no water, with no sanitation? Are you detained in a school with no classroom, with no teachers, sitting on the floor? Are you detained when your wife goes into labor in Mulago with no nurse, midwife, with no doctor, and they die in labor? That is worse prison. When my wife goes to produce in a hospital and loses her life because there are no drugs, there are no gloves, that's a worse prison than arresting me and taking me to Rizera, where if there was bail, I wouldn't mind about that. So Uganda is a huge cell of some sort. So Dr. Besigye is not a free man to begin with. If I was him, I wouldn't be worried whether they are going to charge me now. It's a matter of changing my location from Kasangati, prison class 3, to Rizera, prison class 1. What does it matter? So please, don't waste my time on that one. People who do not appreciate that they are already in prison, I have no time to waste on that one. That's why I'm a free man, me here. Because, and therefore, really, and then another point I want to emphasize also is that there is no doubt. You see, government can deny this idea of Besigye. They want to arrest Besigye, they want to link him with Mugumi and all this. They can deny. But you see, as long as there is a dictatorship, as long as there is lack of fair competition for political power, as long as opposition leaders are taken as enemies, as long as there is that attitude that some people are more entitled to be in charge of the country than others, these arrests are inevitable. It's a natural process that once there is no fair rules of competition, that he who dominates will arrest those he disagrees with. So it's not whether Besigye, if Besigye will be arrested, it's when. And not only him, by the way, even all those colleagues of his, including my brother like Muntu and so on, who think that by playing, because you can play, you can try really to be civil and play by the rules and so on. But the regime is not, the regime does not run things on the rules. So as long as that regime operates outside the law, there is no way you can operate within the law, because then you are not at par. So the regime and the people who oppose it will have to resolve this fundamental deficiency in the system itself of bringing about qualitative change, about political accountability, about accountability for political power, about allowing people to have a free mind. And therefore, as long as these issues are not resolved, it's a matter of time before they change the location of Dr. Besigye from A to B. But as I said, Dr. Besigye is already not a free man. He cannot go to address a rally, he cannot do anything.